Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode number 97 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA Hall of Famer, King Logan, King NASCAR. Logan, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thinking about the race this weekend in Texas, and I'm going to be there, but I probably won't go get to see the race.
Definitely, and which is gonna be awesome that you're gonna be there going to Dallas. But and then Jason is on assignment tonight, so today.
Yeah, we miss you, Jason, but I know you're having fun on assignment.
He better be having fun on
He better
assignment.
be if he's missing this.
We have a good show for everybody today. We're going to do the race recap from this past weekend. We're going to talk 1992 tracks. It's hard to believe that that's like 30 years old. It make you feel old. And and of course the cornerstone of the podcast, King's Court. So let's jump into it, Logan.
All right, let's go.
Pull my cheat sheet. They were racing in Kansas, the Camping World Truck Series race number 8. That was the 22nd annual Heart of America 200. And that was Saturday, May 14th at Kansas Speedway. Zane Smith was our winner, and our highest finishing rookie was Lawless Allen at position 19.
Yeah, that track is not does not favor the rookies very well.
No, it's not. I guess there's a high, steep learning curve on that one. So I think people are having issues with some tires. I got to watch some of those races, not all of it, but
Yeah, there weren't as many tire issues in the truck race as there was the Cup race. I think they were playing around with the camber and stuff in the Cup race, so I think that's why they were having a lot of issues with tires.
Zane Smith, our winner, his rookie cards are in 2018. 2018 Dunruss. Let me zoom in for those on video. Uh, 2018 Dunruss next in line. If you're familiar with Haley Deegan's card, um, there's a Zane Smith that's next in line. There's a base. There's a cracked ice number to 999. And then this is the explosion number to 99.
Yeah, it's a cool looking car.
I can't remember if I think I picked that up on like ComC for probably not much. So
Probably cost you more to ship it than it did to buy
probably, and that's probably, why we love NASCAR, because I picked it up, a few years ago. So if you listen to the show, we're showcasing guys in the different levels. So when they get the cup or whatever, we're hearing about them when they start winning multiple weeks. The way we have the format of the podcast. So yeah, I picked up the Zane Smith the next line. Like I said, I don't think it was much, and that was at a 99. He's also in 2018 Dunruss. He's in the Signature Series. There's the base signature, the gold version number to 25, and the black 101. He's also in 2018 Panini Certified, but he's only in the Certified Next Signatures. There's a few different versions of that, numbered 210 or less. Also in 2018 Panini Prime, the clear silhouettes, number 99, clear silhouettes hollowed in 50, and clear silhouettes black 101. And then he has a base card in 2018 Panini Victory Lane, card number 48. There's a few different parallels of that with the silver, unnumbered, gold to 99, red to 49, blue to 25, green to 5, black to 1, and the 4 printing plates, black, cayenne, magenta, and yellow, all 101s.
Yeah, and Haley Deegan finished 17th on the lead lap.
Well, finish on the lead lap's good for her.
I'm proud of her for that. She didn't. Maybe she'll start stepping it up a little bit more now. I'd like to see her get a top 10. That would be absolutely phenomenal if she could do that.
That would be nice,
Yep.
but we know it's tough. So for anybody, Lawless Allen, No cards for him yet. We are waiting for him to have some. Maybe Chronicles. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to be all over Chronicles. We'll see. He'll probably be like who is it, Cole Custer or whoever that's like all over Chronicles.
Oh, Chandler Smith
Chandler
and
Smith, that's it. Yeah, Chandler Smith.
all over that thing. Yep.
Yeah.
And let's see, moving on. Race number 9 is going to be at Texas Motor Speedway. That's the SpeedyCash.com 220. That is Friday, May 20th at 8:30. So when the podcast drops on Friday, we have the truck race at Texas Motor Speedway. Stages are end of 35, end of 70, and at end of 147 laps.
Yeah, that'll be a good race. I think we probably will see a Kyle Busch Motorsports truck up front and maybe win this race. I'd like to see Corey Heim win another race because Zane Smith, Zane Smith, he's the only multiple winner we've gotten so far in the Truck Series this year.
And it's hard to believe.
Yeah, it is. And Corey Heim, he won stage one, but then he had some mechanical issues and he just couldn't do anything. He was just out of it. I hated to see that.
Yeah, I picked up some of his rated rookies, so I need to pick up some more of his cards. I think he's a long term hold.
I think so too.
We've talked to him, or we're not talked to him. We talked about him on our 2022 Dunrush preview episode. So I went out and picked up some of his. Like I said, if you listen to the show or listen to it a lot, we'll talk about some guys and more than others because they're doing well. And so again, it's always risky when they're going from level to level, but if they land in a good ride, that's part of it as well as the talent. So
Well, that's like I said, that's a good thing for him because he is running for Kyle Busch. So
yeah, if he's
he's got
staying
top equipment.
yeah, if he's staying in Kyle Busch equipment and then he's staying in Toyota, then he's destined maybe to go to Gibbs if he can make it up that far, and that's a pretty good place to be. So,
Oh gosh, yes.
because it actually seems like John Hunter Nemechek's working his way back up as well. So,
Yeah, I think so because he did well in the few races he was in Xfinity last year. Of course, he did really good in trucks. So who knows? Maybe he'll get back up there in Cup with Toyota and Joe Gibbs. Who knows? We'll see. Time will tell.
yeah, you never know, but he's a talented kid and he's running for um, Kyle Busch Motorsports, and we thought he was going to be he was one of the final four last year, but he didn't. He didn't win it, whatever, but he kind of lost momentum, I think, last year in those playoffs. So anyway, digress. Next race number 12. Did we already talk about that? I
Yeah,
think
we
I did.
talked about the next race. Yes.
Yep. Okay. I know what I was talking about. I know where I was going. I was going with Xfinity. There was no race in Xfinity, so the next race in Xfinity is race number 12, and that's also at Texas Motor Speedway. That is the SRS Distribution 250, and that is Saturday, May 21st at 1:30 p.m. I'll be watching that. You'll probably be in at the Dallas show.
I'll be trying to buy all the Dale Earnhardt Senior cards to make Ken mad.
I bet. Stages at Texas Motor Speedway is 40, 80, and 167. So, yeah, maybe save a few for Ken. So,
I'll take care of him. Trust me.
I know we're just kidding. So,
We are just kidding.
yeah. Actually, Dallas, that's where I picked up that 2001 PSA slabbed on card in person auto. So,
Earnhardt Senior. Yeah.
yeah. Over to the Cup Series. That was race number 13. That was the third annual Advent Health 400. That was Sunday, May 15th at Kansas Speedway. Our winner was Kurt Busch, and our highest finisher rookie was Austin Cendrick at position 11.
Yeah. Cendrick did good. Kurt Busch did really good driving for the 2311 team.
Oh yeah, definitely. He looked like the young Kurt Busch. So
Yeah, the Kurt Busch who drove the Sharpie Ford for Jack Roush. I love that car, by the way. I'm a Sharpie guy, so I thought I always loved that sponsorship.
yeah, I thought that was one of the better sponsorships in NASCAR because he always has Sharpies and they would be at the track at the different tents, giving out Sharpies. So
Hmm. Yeah, that
yeah,
was a bonus. That was nice.
yeah, Kurt Busch, um, his rookie cards are in 2000. So he's been 22 years in cards.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's definitely a veteran. Let me see if
There
I can
you
get
go.
that. Hold on. I got something else in my screen over here. Let me see if I can show it.
That
There.
is the 2000 SP Authentic card number 40. There's two different parallels of that. There's an Overdrive Silver number to 250 and Overdrive Gold number to 99. There's also a 2000 SP Authentic Sign of the Times. There's an unnumbered version and then a gold version number to 25.
You never see those parallels of this card. I mean, you just don't hardly ever see them. They're just not out there on eBay.
Yeah, I mean, with only 250 and 99 and a 22-year-old card, yeah, they kind of get in collections and either people don't either know what they have or you know again NASCAR stuff is not extremely expensive. So, but it's more just the hunt, I think, for it. Then he's also in the 2000 Max card number 75.
Yeah, I like that card, but I always thought he had in that picture. I always thought he had really big ears.
Yeah, he kind of does, but
Boy, was he young though, man. I mean,
yeah,
God.
but with that short hair and stuff. So,
Oops.
but he's definitely a future Hall of Famer. So with the Cup championship.
Yeah, Richard Petty says so, so it's got to be true.
Well, yeah, if Richard Petty says so. And then with Austin Cendrick, our highest finishing rookie, we've talked about him
Hmm.
quite a bit. 2018 is his first NASCARs in 2018 Dunruss in the Phenoms insert set. There's the regular insert. There's a cracked ice number to 999, and then the explosion number to 99. 2018 Panini certified. It's a base card there and about 8 different parallels. Also in Panini's 2018 Panini certified um, mirror versions of the mirror gold, purple, green, and black. 2018 Panini Prism scripted signatures, about 8 different versions of that. There's an unnumbered version, a camo unnumbered version, and then the others are 99 or less. Victory Lane, he has a base card in that card number 33 in 2018 Panini Victory Lane, and with the looks about 5 or 6 different versions and the 4 printing plates, black, cayenne, magenta, and yellow, all serial numbered 101s, and then 2018 Panini Victory Lane signatures, number 100 for the base, gold to 99, and black 101s for Austin Cindric.
I think I would define that as a buttload of cards.
It's quite a bit.
It's a lot of
Uh, it's,
cards.
it's going to be interesting to see who's going to get that Rookie of the Year in Cup between him and Harrison Burton. So,
Well, I mean, it's hard to trump a Daytona 500 victory.
well, this is true.
I mean,
I
he's got
forget
to.
about that. He was right off the bat.
Harrison Burton's going to have to at least win a race somewhere.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. It was the first race of the year.
Yep. So I think it's pretty much a lock, unless something just absolutely crazy happens. He hits the wall and breaks a leg, or God forbid something like that. So
Next race 14. It's the NASCAR All Star Race at Texas Motor Speedway, and that is Sunday, May 22nd. The Open starts at 5:30, which is kind of a playing race for, I guess, it's 2 drivers, and then the All Star Race is at 8 p.m.
oh, I definitely can't go to that. I don't know why I thought the regular Cup race was this weekend. I have totally forgot about the All Star race. So yeah, there's no way I could go and then drive back here. It's going to be a 6.5 hour drive for me. So I was thinking, okay, maybe if it's in the afternoon, I might think about it, but no, that's definitely out. So
Texas Motor Speedway, it opened February 29th, 1996. First NASCAR race was April 6th of 1997. Car number 99, Jeff Burton won for with Roush Racing. But the trivia is who has the most wins all time at Texas Speedway? And then also who has the most starts with 36? That's kind of there's two drivers with that. So
we just talked about one of them.
uh, we'll come back to the trivia after we talk about IndyCar Series. The 2022 GMR Grand Prix. That was race number 5, and that was Saturday, May 14th at Indianapolis Grand Prix Circuit.
Yeah,
And
that was a strange looking race to me because they were going backwards on the track, compared to, going I guess, going the counterclockwise like they normally do. They were going, more in a clockwise way. And it's like, it was so weird to see that. Anyway, I just thought I'd say that.
no, we talking before we came on. I remember the NASCAR race like that. They're running that Grand Prix circuit and running the wrong way, so or the way we're usually seeing them. So,
Hmm.
but Colton Herta was our winner. He does not have any cards. The only thing I saw was the cards that come with, I guess, the diecast or something like that. So no real official trading cards.
Yeah, that was a crazy race. It started out wet, it dried up a little bit, and then it rained again towards the end. And a lot of guys were caught on slicks, and man, it was like going to the laundromat. Everybody was in the spin cycle. It was crazy, especially Pato O'Ward. He must have spun 3 or 4 times at least, and he actually hit his teammate in one of those spins. They hit nose to nose. He spun, so it was crazy.
Next race number 6, is here on the 29th. It's the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. Um, it
Can't wait
starts
for
at
that race. I can't wait for that race. It's gonna be great.
starting at 11 a.m.
Did
Eastern.
Did you know that the Indy 500, as far as the IndyCar Series points, that is a double points race. So your points are doubled.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune, at the end or whatever.
Right, double jeopardy.
Yeah, or Jeopardy. Yeah, it's like double Jeopardy. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat when I was listening to them. And they said that. I said, well, I need to make a note of that because I did not know that. But yeah, Colton Herta won. It was a good race. He had, I don't know if you saw early on, he had this long spin fishtailing it, and how he saved it, I'll never know. But he caught it and brought it back straight and kept on trucking. Uh, so he's a wheelman for sure. I would love to see him in Formula One. I think he would be great in Formula One because we need an American in Formula One.
Yeah, I saw some of the stories about that, trying to get some more Americans in Formula One to try to, I guess, help boost some of the standings
Yeah,
in
Scott,
America.
Scott Speed was in Formula One for a while, if you remember.
But I'll take your word for it.
Okay, there you go. He was. I think he made a lot of money in Formula One, and of course he came over here. He really didn't have any success over there in Formula One, so he came over here and started running NASCAR, and then now I think he's running. Oh, what is he? I forget what series he's running. Where I think they jump cars and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't even know what that series is. It's like a rally car or something, I think. So
Okay. So that's the Indy 500 is next race for that. Going back to our trivia, who has the most wins all time at Texas Motor Speedway with 7? That's Jimmy Johnson.
hmm
And who has the most starts with 36? One we talked about with Kurt Busch. The other was Kevin Harvick.
Yep, they've both been around a long, long time.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick's first cards are in 1999, and then we talked about Kurt Busch in 2000. So
Hmm. So do you want to go back to the Cup race and talk about the 45 car and the numerology and all that stuff we were talking about earlier?
yes, with the Kurt Busch, right, with the 45 car, that was the 23XI team. That's their second win, first for Kurt Busch. Um, and one of the listeners, Justin, he was pointing out that they, probably won't make a winning diecast for that because of the Jumpman logo on it, which made me think of, well, if they were doing Panini Instant, they wouldn't be able to do probably a Panini Instant card of it. So it's
Nope.
kind of, having Jordan in the sport as an owner is great, but he's licensed out of there, so nobody can use any of the branding.
So think about it. I guess if Panini makes any cards, just regular cards, they can't use anything from that race. That's
Maybe it might be like when press pass would do Dale Earnhardt Jr. There was the Budweiser. They just airbrush all that out.
maybe, Photoshop. But that the 45 car number 45 was also Adam Petty's car number, and you know I think the 2311 team got permission from Kyle Petty because I think Petty, I don't know, it was Kyle Petty or Petty Motorsports or whoever, but they had the rights to that number, and I think that the 23XI team or 2311 team had to get permission or get those rights transferred over to their team from the Petties. They could run that 45 number. And I don't know why they wanted to do you know why they wanted to do the 45? I probably should know, and I just don't know.
I do not.
But anyway, so yeah, and the other big thing about that is Adam Petty, he passed away in that crash in Loudon on May 12th of 2000. So it was almost a little over 22 years to the day when Adam Petty was killed that they won. So, I heard Kyle Petty was real happy about them winning. It was a really nice moment in victory lane, just from that aspect. It was kind of like, hey, would be real happy about this and all that. So it was a good moment for NASCAR.
And folks might not be familiar with Adam Petty. So Adam Petty, so you had Lee Petty and Richard Petty naturally was Lee's son with um, Maurice, uh, Richard Petty's brother. But and then Richard had Kyle Petty. So uh, and then of course Adam was Kyle Petty's son. And so you had four generations racing in the Petty family. He was Kyle Petty was, I guess, was a decent driver. I think he'd probably tell you that he wasn't super motivated. I mean, he was, but he had other interests as well, and not. But they were saying, and I guess I'm taking some of this from if you haven't seen Petty Blue, I think is the name of the movie that captures some of this, but that Adam was definitely a racer, and he was a bright spot in the Petty family, up and coming, had so much potential, and was racing, and like I said, was tragically killed. Was during practice.
Yes, it was during practice. I remember that day. Me and a buddy of mine who was also a NASCAR fan, and a couple other guys were at lunch, and uh, my buddy I don't know how he got the message. I think his wife called him on his phone and said, "Hey, Adam Petty has been killed," and we're like, "Huh?" It was really surreal, and it was absolutely just horrible. But there wouldn't be a Victory Junction if it wasn't for that. I don't hate that's a terrible thing to say, but at least I guess what I'm driving at is at least out of tragedy, some kind of something good did come out of the tragedy. So they do help all those kids that can't go to that are sick and can't normally go to regular camp. So I think that's a wonderful thing that they do now.
Yeah, the petties and all the sponsorship and stuff for the Victory Junction gang. Yeah. So just if folks didn't know about Lee Petty, so um, it was awesome to see the, like I said, the 45 in Victory Lane, and at least remembering Adam Petty. So
Yeah, that was great. And we were talking. You know, it always seems weird that these things happen in NASCAR. You know, Adam Petty. I mean, literally, it was almost 22 years to the day, and it was like when Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed, and then Junior comes back and wins Daytona. You have all these weird coincidental things that, if you have your tinfoil cap on, you might, and you start watching for the black helicopters, you might start wondering some things. And I'll be honest with you, over the years, I have wondered about some of these things because some of them seem to be just so coincidental that it's just, I don't know, it's just strange. But I'm glad for him. I'm glad that the 45 won. I'm glad to see that the Jordan Brand won. It was cool that they had the Jumpman logo on the hood of that car. Can you imagine how much a Jordan collector would probably pay for that hood of that car? I mean, with the crazy money, I mean, who knows?
I did not even think about that. Yeah,
Yeah, or some of that sheet metal, because I think the Jumpman logo was also, I think it was on the sides as well, both sides as well. So yeah, I mean, golly, somebody would go absolutely bonkers for that.
it's good to see Kurt Busch. I think they said he'd won in 5 different makes and all these different owners that he's been with. So
Yeah, yeah,
he's been a journeyman, and he wins kind of wherever he goes.
yeah. I mean, he's done Ford, he's done Chevy, he's done Dodge, he's done Toyota. So yeah,
Ford? Did you say Ford?
yeah, Ford, Chevy,
Yeah.
Dodge, Toyota. I
So
don't, I don't think Oldsmobile was around when he started.
I think he just missed it.
I think I probably did just miss
He's
Oldsmobile.
been around so long. But I knew when they picked him up, his help kind of mentor, or he brings that level of experience that Bubba just doesn't have yet to the team. So it was great to see him, and as a past champion, I mean, he's. I think he now is bumped above Fireball Roberts. I think it was for
Yes.
wins, if I remember right.
Hmm.
So, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. His cards are not very expensive. I think he kind of gets forgotten. He's the other the other Bush brother, I think, but his career stands alone as well. So
Yeah, I'll never forget when Kurt Busch, was winning races and things, and made the comment, goes, "If you think this is something, what do you see my brother Kyle?" And boy, was he right.
yes, he was. Jumping over to F1. Are we done? Anything else you want to mention?
Nah, we're good.
Okay. Jumping over to Formula One. They were off last week. Race number 6 is coming up. That's Sunday, May 22nd. That's the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix at Circuit Barcelona. So looking forward to that. Uh, just to kind of recap, Charles Leclerc is in leading in points, 19 points ahead of Max Verstappen, and 38 third place Sergio Perez. So still
Yeah.
lots of races to go, but
Hmm.
getting good.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Are they are they running the in Monaco? Yes, they are. They're running in Monaco the Memorial Day weekend. Like I said before, that's the greatest day in auto racing. You start out with Formula One in the morning in Monaco, then you flip over to the Indy 500, then you flip over to the Coke 600. I literally am glued to the TV all day. I just get up to go to the bathroom. That's really about it. I love that day. It is. I look forward to that day every year.
Yeah, I can't wait next week. So
Yeah, won't be long.
Let's see. One thing, I guess still keeping with NASCAR. Let me share my screen. And I was talking with Logan before. So the fan days before the pandemic, we had fan days, and so this is an example of fan day returning back to junior motorsports. It's going to be on May 26th. It's a Thursday from 9 to 3 p.m. If I remember right, reading this, fans must have a wristband to participate in the autograph sessions, and they'll be distributed morning of the event on a first come, first serve basis. So if you're in town and if you've never done a fan day, and so I'll tell you, so what you want to do is get there the night before or after closing. Everybody will start lining their chairs up. So bring a disposable, chair or whatever, and maybe put your last name on it or whatever, and get in line and make friends with the people in front of you and behind you. Hang out for a little bit, talk NASCAR, and then everybody goes home. And then show back up the next morning, bright and early. Get your position back in, and then they will hand out wristbands. So if it's like how the other fan days happen, that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, I remember us doing that before.
Yeah, with the accelerate.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's a story for another day, but that was pretty epic that day.
Yep.
And but what's pretty interesting is that you will get the autograph session, and sometimes I think this one here you'll get both sessions, and so it'll be Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kelly Earnhardt Miller, and Wyatt Miller, and then as well as the JR team drivers Justin Allgaier, Noah Gruskin, Josh Berry, Sam Mayer, and Carson
Quapple.
Quapple at 1 p.m. They'll have partners and vendor displays out there. I think they have a list here of some of the vendors. Usually, when I went to Roush and some other stuff, they're giving stuff away for folks. So it's a lot of fun. The hardest part is getting your armband and getting in line um, and getting your stuff to get autographed. So again, that's pretty epic to get all those drivers, Dale and Kelly, as well as Justin Allgaier, Noah Graskin, Josh Berry, Sam Mayer, Carson Quapple. I think I'm not. I'm sure he's.
I'm sure he's related to Travis.
Yeah, but I haven't heard of him running it all yet.
I
So
mean, I haven't. That's the first time I've heard that name.
right, me too. So anyway, I wanted to give folks an idea. I know Colig Racing is doing theirs. I think theirs is Wednesday. If you have a favorite team, Hendrick, Roush, uh, Gibbs, or any of those, check their social media sites. Check you know Facebook and Twitter, and they will, or check their own website under news, and they will have information about their fan days. So if you're in town in the Charlotte area, I highly recommend them. Recommend at least attending one and bringing you some of your cards to get autographs.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. If folks weren't familiar with the fan days, it's great to see them coming back.
Man, it makes me want to move closer to Charlotte.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun this time of year as well as in October. More the spring race. So moving on to our next subject, 1992 tracks.
Yep. Second year of Traks.
So the 1991 is famous for the have to including Jeff Gordon, his rookie, and have him card number one, and kind of Max either overlooked him or I don't think they had an exclusive on him then, but going by some of the descriptions for the 1992 tracks, it's a 200 card factory set, as well as by wax packs. The 1992 track set was distributed in 12 card packs with 30 packs per box. The set features the top Busch and Winston Cup drivers, along with owners and other race team members. Variations on several cards exist, with the versions differing according to either pack or factory set distribution. Tracks also included randomly packed autograph insert cards. And that's kind of key there.
Yeah, that's the big thing right there. That was the first time. Well, no, I won't say the first time because I believe it was the 91 Pro set had the Bobby Allison autograph card in there. But that was the only card, and it was not numbered, and there was not a different pose or anything that made that thing look different than any of the other cards. So, I opened a bunch of those Pro set, never saw that card. From what I understand, it was signed in a fine point Sharpie. So that was the first one, but it really got going with the 92 tracks.
Yeah, because it definitely, you knew what you had. It wasn't kind of
Hmm.
uh, confused with anything else. It was the only way to get it was out of the packs. And it says that the set was distributed randomly through 1992 tracks packs. A maximum of 5,000 cards were signed by each driver, and many cards can be found as well without signatures. The Ricky Rudd card is considered a short print sign due to the seemingly large number of available copies unsigned. Unsigned cards typically sell for a fraction of autograph issues. The set is highlighted by the dual signed Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty card number A1. Now, this is from a, I think from a late 90s Beckett here. So I've seen some cards without signatures. I haven't seen many. They are out there, but this is one of the reasons why PSA will only authenticate cards from, was it 1998 on, without needing like a dual service. Also, I have some 92 tracks autographs that I have that I sent through. Well, it used to be the old blue flip, so verifying that the autograph is authentic. But they started with, I guess it was card number 9, and then as the season went on, they finished with card number 1, which is the dual Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty. So, um, if that makes any sense, as the print run went on, they distributed those autographs down to. So I guess you couldn't get the Earnhardt Petty first day of printing. You had to
No,
wait.
but I'll tell you what you could get the first day of printing was some dude named Jeff Gordon. And I bought a box, my very first box of 92 tracks that I bought. I pulled a Jeff Gordon autograph. And of course, you got to think this is 1992. He hasn't started a cup race yet. I mean, he doesn't start a cup race till the end of the season, the last race of the year, which was Richard Petty's last race. But I get this card and I look at it and I'm like, crap. Jeff Gordon. I mean, I knew of him at the time. And of course, he was running Busch and all that. But I'm thinking, God, what a dud. I really wanted to get somebody good, and of course, at the time, I didn't know how they were distributing all the cards. And I was really hoping for the Earnhardt Petty, right? But, as time is going on, that's proven to be a really good autograph to have pulled. But at the time when I pulled it, it's like, it was just a big sigh. I was like,
Yeah,
really?
because at that point he'd been running Bush
Mm-hmm.
and hasn't run Cup yet, and it'd be like he's card number A7. So yeah, he was early on in the releases.
Yeah, that was cool. And I forget how many autographs were per case. It wasn't a whole lot. It was just because you weren't guaranteed an autograph in every box.
Yeah,
There,
not like now.
It's not like now. No, it was just random, and there may have been three or four a case, maybe something like that. I don't honestly remember. Um, but like I said, I do remember. I mean, that was my very first autograph I ever pulled, so that does have a special place in my heart.
Well, and one of the things that we haven't talked about yet was in the randomly in the packs was a cover card that was kind of a checklist for the autographs. And a lot of people, it seems like, didn't know what that was or just kind of threw it away because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of those around anymore.
No, there's not. They're hard to find. Yeah, and you're talking about some of these cards went unsigned. You, you've got to watch out on the Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, because some of those are out there and they are fake. The cards are real, at least they look real, but the autographs are completely fake. I mean, if it doesn't look like this, zoom in on it,
Oh,
Val.
hold on, let me change.
I can get it over here somewhere.
There you go.
If it doesn't look like this, it's fake. I'm sorry. Um, and there's been some on eBay recently that people have bought. So yeah, look at Val's. I mean, his looks pretty much the same as mine.
Yeah, the Earnhardt is a little different, but the Petty is the kind of the first. When I look at them, the Petty is the giveaway for me. If
Yeah,
the Petty looks right with the loops, then I scrutinize the Earnhardt autograph because 9 out of 10 times the Petty autograph is bad, and that's probably the easiest one
yeah,
to
that's the easiest one to
distinguish.
tell. But then on some of them we've seen the Earnhardt basically just be some kind of scribble.
Right. So
Some abbreviated scribble. It looks terrible.
and he does have Earnhardt does have like 2 or 3 different signatures during that signing. Like the one Logan had up is different than the one that I have.
Yeah, the
Mine
E is
looks
a little bit different. If you look at the E, how elongated his E is compared to mine.
right, and then he runs the signature, the tail of the signature down. It's hard to tell, but down underneath the auto. But I have he signed the way you signed, and again, if you look at the Dale and both of them, they look the same. The Earnhardt is a little different,
Yeah,
but they're all legit early '90s Earnhardt autos. Like I said, there's a little harder to tell, but the Richard Petty is pretty quick giveaway. Um,
did I tell you the story about how I got this?
I don't remember. I think you
I
have, but
tra-
I don't remember.
I traded for this, and I
That was a good
traded
trade.
I traded an IROC, the '91 IROC set for this to a guy. So I,
Yes, you did. You
so
did
I
very
think
well.
in the long term I came out okay.
Yeah, I've seen those IROC sets for like $15, $20. So
Yeah.
I think
So
you did really well. But
yeah,
yeah,
I
there
had
was a
two of
point where
them.
that IROC was red hot and about $700.
Yeah, and that's about what this was. This is about $700-800 card at the time, which back 30 years ago was unheard of. I mean, that was crazy money, and of course now it's nothing. But it was a great trade. The guy had a racing collectibles shop in Kentucky, and I was up there and I brought some cards and stuff, and because I knew he had a business up there, and traded him, and the rest is history.
It's a pretty good trade. Here's the Kyle Petty, that Lee Petty, Richard Petty, Kyle Petty, and even Adam Petty signed very similar. Very, I don't say loopy. So if you look at a Lee Petty and it's very so. If, I guess it's hard to see the Petty on that dark, but that
Yeah,
the loops
yeah.
on it. So
Richard took it to a whole new level, and Kyle kind of copied him.
yeah, so Ernie Irvin.
Yeah, and some of these autographs, I don't think they were signed with real sharpies because some of them have faded, and I think somebody signed it in a pen. Was it Harry Gantt or somebody like that? That
Again, we'll get to that one. Yeah, Benny Parsons.
was Benny Parsons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Ricky Rudd. Oh, and of course Harry Gann as well. I think you're right. So
yeah. Harry Gantt signed his with a pen.
yeah,
So, I mean, but they didn't know back then. Think about it. This is the first time that they ever did this.
Yeah, it wasn't like now where Panini sends the pens or Top sends the pens and shows them exactly where to sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Again, this
Harvey
is
ball game 30.
92, right? So I
Yeah,
think at the time this might have been there were inserts autographs, but I don't think anybody had a set like this, right? Upper Deck had maybe their heroes, and it was like one card you were chasing through the whole run, right? So it was Reggie Jackson, Nolan Ryan, I think, and Ted Williams, different years.
and Griffey Jr.
Yeah, yeah, and so this is 92. They had these 9 cards.
Yeah, this is my favorite autograph NASCAR autograph set by far.
Yeah, and being the first one, and then
Yep, there's Jeffy Pooh, and see he's in his Busch Series uniform because again he hadn't started a Cup race at that point.
the Carolina dealers.
Yeah, and he was driving a Ford. Might have changed.
Yep. Yeah, at the Hall of Fame, he made a comment about that. Who was the owner, previous owner? Ford.
Oh, Bill
Anyways,
Davis. Bill Davis.
yeah, but also let's see. So I didn't realize that the different variations depended on if it was the factory set or out of the packs. I don't know if you want to talk about some of the individual variations or any of the other cards in.
Yeah, there's only one real error card where a name was misspelled. All the rest of them are just variations of the lines on the
Yeah,
back cards or the text color. I've got some of these where you can show. Like for example,
let
the
me
very first
zoom in here for you.
yeah the very first one that I'm going to show is the Ted Musgrave, which is the one that they misspelled. So if you look right here, it says Musgrave, right? So that's the correct spelling on that card. Then you look at this one, the next one, it's Musgrave. So that was really the only error per se that they had. The rest
That's
of them were
card 155.
yeah 155. So that's the only real true error. Now what they also did is, and I guess it was for aesthetics or something. I'm not sure why they changed these colors, but like for example, there's one card that has 3 different variations. It's Harry Gantt. It's the Harry Gantt card, and it's the variations are on the back. And I'll show you this first one. Let's see, this one is under his name in green. You see there's a black line around top of the square box, so that has a black line. Then you have another one that's got a red line above that box. And then you have even a third one, like I said, and this is the only one that has 3 variations that has no line whatsoever.
What number is that?
133. This is he also drove Busch series cars back then. So he was you see where it says BGN driver, Busch Grand National. But yeah, this is the one that has the most variations. Then there's a couple other ones like Rusty Wallace. On the back of his card, you'll see that it says Rusty Wallace in white, and of course that's kind of hard to see. So I guess they changed it to Rusty Wallace in black. So
So,
you see a lot of those variations like that. I think there's 11 different error/variations in the 1992 tracks.
and then looking at the price guide here from way back, there was no real price difference for them other than I guess master set collectors chasing them.
Yeah, that's like me. And of course, they had a different Jimmy Johnson back in the day. Of course, he looks better these days, driving an IndyCar. But this Jimmy Johnson also had the same thing with the letters on the back. He had black letters, and then he also had, huh,
White letters and black letters.
Yeah, this.
Card
You know what? You know
113A.
what?
Or
PSA has made a mistake
uh-oh.
because if you look, it says white letters on back, but guess what? It's black letters on back.
Uh-uh.
I'll have
Dun,
to get
dun,
that
dun.
fixed. I did not
Well,
know that until now.
well, hopefully you have one of each, though.
Yeah, I may have to send another one in. And then, of course, Cal Petty had a variation too. He had the same thing with the stripes on the back. He had no stripe on the back of his between the name and the box below it. And then he had another one with the red stripe. So, and yeah, those are very subtle things, but of course, they are variations within the set. But it was a great set. I like these cards. These cards grade very well because they're white bordered. And let's see, yeah, there's the 10. And there's only on PSA there's just just the regular set. There's no master set, which I probably should get them to do the master set, but I just have never done that. But yeah, these cards are beautiful cards. They're simple. They have just the regular old school type card stock that that it's kind of missing from today's cards for a lot of reasons. But
Show the back again, if you would.
sure.
So I like, there's a lot of write up there, a lot of information on there, not just, a few lines and you're done. There's a lot of info. I miss that from some of the newer cards.
I do too. I do too. And I like how they had that little Traks Pontiac back behind, in the background, like a watermark on the back of those cars. That's kind of cool. But yeah, these were simple designs, and they were simple cars, and they didn't cost much. Um, I forget what the retail was on these, but it wasn't expensive. But the thing about these cards that I remember is you didn't see them in a lot of places for sale. I mean, I think I bought the majority of mine at a hobby store. I'm trying to think now where I might have seen them otherwise. Um, I don't think Woolworths had them. I don't think Family Dollar. I know Family Dollar did not have them. Um, there wasn't a whole lot of retail outlets that had them, so you had to get them from your hobby shop. But it's a great set. What is it? 200? How many cards?
It
200?
was, yep, you're right. It is 200 cards. One of the cards I like is card number 200. It's Richard Petty and Linda Petty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that card too. I also like like Jiffy Pooh's second card. Yeah, he's got the sunglasses with the trucker cap going on,
Yeah.
and of course he wasn't as polished as he is now, or became. And you can attribute a lot of that to Brooke, who he married. She got him to change his hairstyle and cut off his unibrow, get rid of the mustache, and he changed the way people perceive NASCAR forever. I mean,
Yeah,
no,
when he
no
first started, he looked like, he had the mustache and not that he was trying to be like Earnhardt, but it was, a similar type of mold. And then he just went clean cut and, that corporate looking image and just took off. But he had the talent to back it up and was his own brand, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, he like I said, he came in and changed the way people perceive NASCAR and changed it forever. And I'll give him credit. I've never been a huge Jeff Gordon fan, but he has made the sport better in my opinion. So kudos to him for that.
Yeah, and that 1992 tracks, like we said, with that 200 card set. But I think part of the key is that Tracks autograph insert set, the largest or biggest, I think, of the time of any sport. And then that no number cover card checklist that is rare, very rare. I don't think it was rare back then, but it was just, over the over the all the years of 20 years. 30 years, sorry, 30 years that they haven't been kept or thrown away or whatever. That set has become kind of iconic, especially the Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, where I think Petty was a 7-time and Earnhardt at the time was 5-time champion. If that's right.
Let's see, 1992. Yeah, he had one. Yeah, he still had a few more to go.
And Jimmy wouldn't come around until about another 9 years to even start racing. So at the time, it's like you were saying, it was iconic. It was the one that everybody wanted. It was, the most valuable, and I'm sure it rivaled the 88 Max Myrtle Beach at the time.
Yeah, it did. It was a card that everybody wanted, and of course now over time it's become a NASCAR glamour card. I mean, there's no doubt about that. That is one of the glamour cards, along with, like you said, the '88 Max Earnhardt and a few other cards that are out there. Uh, that is definitely what I would consider a NASCAR glamour card.
And I guess one thing, and not to overlook, is that I guess there's not too much wax out there, but these were not redemptions, right? They were in the product, so they're out there live. No redemptions, not like some of the new products that I just hate redemptions just because of that, where you have these boxes that are still loaded with those treasures out there. So it's a
Yeah,
big gamble, risk reward, but um, they're out there still.
yeah. You're making me want to go out and buy some of those boxes, find some of those boxes now and bust them.
Yeah, I don't know if I opened one of those, or I know we opened those 94 packs that actually we got a year ago at the Dallas card show with those 94s. So,
You got a lot of
um,
cover cards out of those.
yeah, yeah. Actually, opening a 92 and getting a cover card wouldn't be the worst thing.
No, it would not be the worst thing.
So, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to look and see. I don't think I have. If I opened a box, I opened one. I haven't opened a lot, so 92 tracks. But yeah, it was a good set. It was, like I said, it has its place in the NASCAR trading card history. So,
Yeah,
and
it's
so we wanted to, revive it for folks listening. If you don't want to spend an arm and a leg for whatever's out there now or whatever, um, you can take a look at the 92 tracks. You can actually buy the autographs. They're not very expensive. I think when I pick these up, sometimes they have them in lots where folks have a few of the different ones. Naturally, the Richard Petty Earnhardt would be the key. That's going to be a little pricier. And again, as Logan stated, you definitely want to be cautious of it. If you can buy one graded or authenticated from one of the big three, I would feel comfortable, buying something that way, or do your due diligence. Um, Even some of the big, the bigger um, card sellers I have seen selling a non-authentic card, and I've contacted them, but they refuse to take them down. Um, so just be careful with those.
Yeah, and if you have any doubts about any cards like that, feel free to hit us up on social media, me, Jason, or Val, and we'll be glad to help you out and say yay or nay. I mean, we do have people doing that, asking us, they'll send us pictures and say, hey, what do you think about this card? And we'll give them, what we think is our opinion on, yeah, that's real or it's not real. So, yeah, hit us up. That's what we're here for.
Yep, sharing some of that trading card knowledge for NASCAR.
Hmm.
I guess that'll do it for the 1992 track set.
Yep, I think so. I think we covered it pretty well. It's an affordable set too. I mean, the base set is very affordable, and if you don't have one, I'd highly recommend adding it to your collection.
Yeah, I mean, in the scheme of things, it's kind of packed with Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers. Um, going through the list: Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, Benny Parsons, Rusty Wallace. Harry Gantt is been nominated. Ricky Rudd has been nominated. Ernie Irving's been named one of the 50 greatest. I expect him um, to possibly be nominated one year. And then it's Kyle Petty, which I think he might fall a little short of Hall of Fame. He might maybe with his announcing or something like that, but he's probably the long shot of the group.
Yeah, he only had 8 wins in Cup, so he had a good career, but not a great career.
Right. All right. I guess we will move over to our next segment, King's Court. And if you're ready,
Hit it.
cue the music.
All right. This week's edition of King's Court. And I added an honorable mention this week. And that's what you're looking at right now. Our honorable mention of the week, and because you don't see them on here very much, this happened or was sold on the 17th of May. It's a 2000 Press Pass skid marks. There you go, Brad. SK5 Jeff Gordon tire relic. The thing about this is they had an $8 buy it now price, and I went through, I could not get the price on this card. I tried every variation. It would not come up. So I can only guess that this would probably went for $3, $4, maybe $5, for Jeffy Poo. It's a pretty cool looking card. And you see, it's got the little press pass. The thing I like about those, it has the little press pass logo. This is all certified authentic, just like your autographs and your memorabilia cards. So, it was a memorabilia card. It just, was a little different. So anyway, I just wanted to show that this week as an honorable mention.
And I just want to say is this car image on here in this black, that is printed with tire rubber, right?
Yes, it's tire infused ink. So I guess what they did is they ground up some rubber off the tire, threw it in the ink, and then printed it. So I think that's kind of cool. I mean, when you think about it, I think the skid mark cards are underrated anyway. Because I like the skid marks from all the different years that they made them.
Yeah, they made it for a few years, and like I said, they it's totally different where they're using that rubberized ink or ink infused with rubber to, uh, I guess emboss the card or create an image on the card. So
Yeah, and
very cool.
if you touch it, you can feel it. I mean, it's rough. It's kind of, it almost has like a sand, not necessarily a sandpaper grit, but it's kind of like that, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Okay, so I guess we can move on now to the real cards. Our Joker of the week. This was on the 16th of May, 2022 Sport King Volume 3, which are out now. This is a Mario Andretti autographed patch it's number 6 of 50. It's his car number. And that's part of the reason I chose this as the odd one. But what really got me is the actual memorabilia that's on the card with that zipper. I just think that is so unique.
That somebody stole that, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, for $119.50, that's not a bad price for that. And I would love to hit one. I think they actually on Go GTS Live they hit one of those cards like that. I think it was out of maybe it was the 101. I don't remember. But yeah, that's a really neat card. And like I said, it's available in Sport Kings, not Sports Kings. That's like calling the Nationals. So let's don't. I don't need to go there. So, but yeah, that's a nice card right there. I really like that card, and of course, I also chose it because we've got the Indy 500 coming up soon. So anyway, nice card. What do you think about it, Val?
I love it.
It's a cool card.
Yep.
All right, next up, our Jack of the week, which is our young driver. This goes back just a little bit further because when I do these on Tuesdays. and this happened happened on Tuesday night. So this happened after I did last week. So I'm going to include it in this week's. It's the 2022 Donruss Racing Ty Gibbs Optic Signatures 1 of 1 Black Finite. This is a cool card. Of course, I'm a Ty Gibbs fan, but that card went for $330 with 14 bids. And
It's pretty respectable.
It's a beauty. I wish I had seen it. I would have probably bid on that thing. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Yeah, there's so much you can't see it all. You just can't. You're going to miss things. It's just the way it is. But I love that card. But of course, we got to get him to do a little bit better than the little scribbles he does.
Yeah, I was looking at his hand. He's holding a marker.
Yeah. Well, that may be why. Maybe he's walking and doing all these.
Maybe, but yeah, that 101.
Yeah,
that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that is a sweet card. All right. Next up, our Queen of the Week, female driver. This is from May 15th. It's a 2021 Shining Star, Haley Deegan, Auto Platinum. And here's another 101, SP 101. That's a nice card. I like the way that card looks, that Shining Star. It's just a nice looking card aesthetically. It just doesn't have all the crazy, waves and discos and all the things that they put on these cards now. It's just a nice looking card. And of course, it's raw. And it went for $301 with 31 bids. So people wanted that card. And again, if I had seen that, I might have thought about it too. But it's probably best that I don't see these. I would be in the poorhouse, and my house would have a third mortgage, fourth mortgage.
So is this out of Prism?
That's a really good question. This is 2021. Go back to the back again.
That's what I was looking to try to understand.
I'm trying to remember where the Shining Stars insert came out of. Oh, look. 2021 Panini Customer Service Rewards. What is that?
So is this from rewards points only?
Apparently. Yeah. Okay, that's why we haven't seen something like this. And that explains why everybody was wanting it.
By point, otherwise you got to buy points. We'll have to do some more digging and report back on this.
Yeah.
But it could be a Panini points reward redemption.
I check that site all the time, and I never see any new NASCAR come up.
Well, nobody's telling you when the stuff's showing up. I guess we need to look when people start trying to buy points.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
But all very right. Nice. Your point. Very nice looking card and shiny. So
yeah, I like that card. That's a sweet card, especially with the green. It pops with her uniform. Anyway, yep. All right. So moving on, King of the Week, male driver. This is on the 12th of May, 2020. Topps Dynasty Formula One, Valtteri Bottas flag relic out of 4. All right. They had a $2,000 buy it now price. They had a $3,000 buy it now price, and the best offer was accepted at $2,000. So that card went for $2,000, and I guess at the time he is behind Lewis Hamilton. He was number 2, so number 2 of 4. I could see some numerology going on there. But that's a nice looking card. It's a nice little swatch that they've got from what was it, a flag? So what they said?
That's what it said. Flag rail. I don't know what that part of the flag is, but it's a nice looking card.
Yeah,
again, it's raw in the holder with that Topps Dynasty sticker over it, the snap type.
Yeah, so that's a nice looking card. I don't know that I'd be interested in it, but there's a lot of folks that really dig it. All right, so let's move on. Our ace of the week, which we've already had a lot of 101s, it seems like, but our 101 of the week was sold on the 15th of May. It's a 2020 National Treasures Kyle Busch Alpine Stars logo patch with autograph. And that's a really small Alpine Stars logo. And I'm trying to figure out what the rest of that patch is. Do you have any idea, Val?
I don't, but it seems like, it's like fill in the blank here. Put your name,
Yeah.
name and address and zip code.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out. And it's got one, two, three, four, five. Then it's got some blank squares after that. And it's like, and I looked at that. I mean, I thought it was cool,
It's really cool, but I'm
but
not
I'm
sure.
trying to think of the functionality of what's going on there. Why is it like that? Is it a reverse flag? No.
No,
Uh,
it's something RME. It looks like an N.
yeah,
So
it does.
I'm not sure. It's something that I guess to fill in. I'd be curious.
Yeah,
We'll have to report on that too next week.
yeah, and it is KFB. So, and it is a one on one, and it went for $599.99. So somebody went click, and they bought it now.
Man, $600. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Definitely unique. I don't think I've seen anything like it.
I haven't either. I saw that and went, wow. I thought it was cool, but I'm like, I'm doing that like doing my head back and forth, going, what is that?
Like Wheel of Fortune here.
Yeah,
Fill in the blanks.
yeah, maybe get Bandit to turn some letters for us.
Okay.
All right. So our last card of the night is our Royal Flush. This is our highest selling card. This was on the 17th of May. 2021 Topps Chrome Formula One. Charles Leclerc Gold Wave Auto out of 50. It's graded a PSA 10. Pop one.
Wow.
$8,000 with 23 bids. That's a nice looking card. I like the gold.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Impressive price. Sweet looking card.
Yep, he's having a career year so far,
He is. Yeah, I
and
think we talked about it's his to lose. I think.
I think it is his to lose. Ferrari's got their act together. I'm glad to see it. Um, if I can lose a few more pounds, I'll be able to fit back into my Ferrari shirt that I have, and I will wear it proudly. But yeah, that's a nice looking card. I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Val? You got any thoughts?
I it's a 2021. It is chrome. It's an auto. It's a PSA 10. That's a lot of money, $8,000
It really is.
compare, for a NASCAR guy. Um, but I get it. He, if he wins the championship this year, uh, that's gonna probably look cheap, I think.
Yeah, and the fact that they had 23 bids on it, I mean,
Yeah,
there
that
were
was strong.
23 people willing to spend a lot of money.
If we look at the bids here, so wow, 0-1.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. Oh, wah, wah, wah.
but but only bid on two other items out of the three. But eight. It was like it was a tie. Well,
Did look like a tie.
yeah, but this one has 100% bid activity on it. So in the last 30 days, so
Hmm.
I don't know
I'm
now.
getting to maybe I shouldn't have picked that one. I'm beginning to wonder about
sorry,
that now.
sorry, sorry, I pulled back the covers on it, but
Yeah,
still, uh, this one looks legit here at 7,700, which is still pretty impressive. I guess got to look to see what time it. So that's May 11th, May 15th. So this May 11th with zero bids stayed in the whole race. Bids came in on the 13th at 7,500, the 14th at 7,700, and 15th on the 8,000. So, but they both bid 8,000, and so because that was the original bid, it won at
yeah,
8,000. So that's how we got two
yeah,
8,000. So that's going to be interesting. So I guess we will have to keep an eye on that one. So I don't know if we know the exact number, do we? No, because we don't get to look at the back. right?
How convenient is that?
But at least it's not private bidding, so we can at least see.
Yeah.
And this is
So
coming out of Florida. So anyway,
yeah, I'm gonna have to do a Jedi mind trick here. This is not the card you're looking for.
but we got the 7,700 at least, so we'll have to see if it completes or not.
Yeah, let's see if it gets relisted. So I got a little bit of homework to do on my
Yeah, so we got a little bit of homework on these. So we have the Kyle Busch,
Kyle Busch, the Haley Deegan, and
Haley
the
Deegan.
Charles Leclerc.
Yep. So
Wow. I'll have to put some of that stuff in my safe searches and see if it pops back up.
but really impressive. Thank you.
So that's King's Court for this week. So I think it was pretty cool. Hope you enjoy it.
That's awesome. I guess we haven't have anything else. We wrap up. Definitely want to thank our sponsor, Panini America. And for those on the podcast, please like, share the podcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring the bell. Just for a preview for next week, I probably should have mentioned it earlier on. Next week, we're going to have Mike Thompson on from the Speedway Stars. We're going to talk about the new set that was released for IndyCar. We reviewed, I guess it was a few weeks ago. We had the checklist. So I know you've dug into your set to kind of take a look.
Yep. I opened up a box, spread them out on one of my counters, and it's on my Twitter page. So if you go back and you want to take a look at that, it's out there for your perusal.
Yep. So we'll have Mike on next week. We're also going to give away a set as well. So Jason should be back from assignment. So it
Yes,
should
you
be
should.
next week. Should be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's a perfect lead in to the Indy 500 as well.
Yep. So let me get all my stuff here. So if you have nothing else, thanks for everybody for watching, for listening, and we are out of here. We will see you next week.